Brock Huard joining us here on the Rich Eisen Show, the co-host of Brock and Salk for 17 years running up there in the great Emerald City. Good to see you, Brock. How are you? Right? Am I correct in assessing all of that?
A day?
Yeah.
How about a month? How about a month?
So I guess you're welcome on that front.
A day, Richard. You gave us content for months.
Okay. I appreciate all that. Guys, you ready for this fun fact? My son Cooper likes giving me fun facts. Do you know who the first quarterback Mike Holmgren drafted when he got to Seattle? Do you know the answer to that question, Brock Huard? The first quarterback Mike Holmgren drafted in Seattle. Who would that be?
I do.
Who would that be?
I do, Rich. And I think he took me in the third round. You want a quick story before we brag all about the Seahawks?
Sure.
And enough about me?
Yes, sir.
The QB coach was a wonderful man by the name of Mike Shepard. Mike went to Buffalo after that, head coach, longtime receiver coach, great coach. Mike was into me, I think, more than Mike Holmgren was. And I had a private workout at the Seahawks facility. I was a Husky, and it was literally a 10-minute drive across 520 to their facility that was then up in Kirkland. Nice day, sunny day, which was surprising in April, kind of pre-draft workout. And he said, I got an idea for you. Why don't you take your shirt off? Because you're kind of like fit. And at that point, I had pretty good little washboard, Rich, and I was pretty lean. Yeah. And for kind of a 6'5" stiff quarterback, right? I wasn't Steve Young. I wasn't Brett Favre. It's like, I think coach would like that, so I did. Took my shirt off, had my, little six-pack abs, and that's why Mike drafted me, I think, in the third round.
There you go.
I think that went a long way.
Well, and then after that, that's why he got Hasselbeck.
Yes, for
his washboard abs.
No, for his charming good looks, his flowing hair, and his great smile.
All right, let's get into the current team here. Listen, walk me through when you and everybody in the area realized this had a real shot in Seattle.
Ooh, that's a good question. That's a good question, Rich. Lose the opener. And we chatted with Mike McDonald on our show yesterday, and my co-host, Mike Salk, after that opener to San Fran, could just feel, man, Mike was really pissed. Like, year one, 10 wins, up and down a little bit, couldn't beat good quarterbacks, good teams, took care of everybody else. Game one, like, just surprisingly ticked off was Coach McDonald. And it was because even at that point, I think the coach knew, like, we're better than that. And we outplayed San Francisco in many ways and just didn't win. And so to respond the next week and to go to Pittsburgh and then just start stacking win after win after win after win, and to see them, quite honestly, even in great adversity, go to LA and see them really struggle, and yet they've got a kick to win it. At that point, you're like, these dudes are really good. And I'd say, Rich, quite honestly, to watch the team react to Sam's adversity in that game, it was real. It was not like Geno or Russell or the guys that preceded him. It was Ernest Jones, like, dropping F-bombs.
Yeah.
And the Seahawks brass being okay putting that out there. Like, no, this is how these guys feel about their leader. They love him. Everybody else cannot believe in him, but in the building, they love him. That struck me. And that was probably the moment right there. And then to see them not lose since that game and play some of their best football, and for Sam in particular to just be at his very best, Rich. The Rams were clear, right? It was clear. You're not going to run the ball. We're going to make Sam Darnold beat us. And you know what Sam did Sunday night in that building? And I was there. He beat him. He beat him. Some
of those throws, the one that I was mentioning with Mark Schlereth last hour, Brock, was the third down one to Cooper Kupp that essentially, that put the Rams really in a dire situation. And we're all focused on whether it was a catch or not, and what McVay did, calling timeout and then not challenging, and we're all focused on that. But the fact is that all came about because Darnold made that dart of a throw in that situation.
He did. I would also say it was fun, Rich. I was able to watch the game in our station suite, actually my big brother with Damon, and 12 years in the league, been around some of the very best, watching Stafford in person for the second time. It's also at the Thursday night game. That guy is just not a human being, right? I mean, he's just an android. He's an alien. he just makes throws that other quarterbacks just like, oh my gosh, not supposed to be able to do that. But I would say, Rich, honestly, it was the 3 touchdown passes by Sam. Every one of them, he was pressured. 2 of the 3, he takes it right in the chin, stands in there, delivers. And that's why the guys love him. And he'll take no credit, like the coach, like John Schneider, like the culture there. He is not a credit hound. He is not a look at me. He's about everybody else. And man, you get behind the scenes, Rich, and that is real. As you get close to this team, as you'll be around them, as you'll be on Radio Row, as you get even more touch points, you'll be like, damn, this team is all about each other, and they don't really care and don't need any credit. A little different than the last team that went to the Super Bowl 13 and 14.
Right.
They love yelling at everybody. This team just loves one another quite a bit.
Is that Mike McDonald's secret sauce? Is that where it comes
100%. 100%. 100%. I don't know if you saw the little thing that went viral on our show yesterday where we asked him, like, where did this come from? And why did you say, we don't care? Like, why did you say it that way? You know, on set. And he went into the whole background of like sitting up there on stage, can't hear Cam. I think I've got to be loud. And he even said, he's like, classic overthinker. That's what I am, classic overthinker. And that's who he is, Rich. He's like the most vulnerable, transparent, and we better appreciate it now while he's in his 30s, because as we know, this league will age you. This league will kind of take maybe temper some of that over the years. But right now, man, he's a real one. He's a vulnerable one, transparent one, and the guys are all in.
Well, that photograph that we just had up on the screen, Brock Huard here on the Rich Eisen Show, and for those who are listening, it's John Schneider smiling and taking a selfie with the coach that he chose after surprising many by ending the Pete Carroll era. And can you walk everybody through what John Schneider has done to make this moment happen, building and also ending prior to the building what was in the building there?
Yeah.
Brock.
Yeah, there's a lot there, Rich. I think John will speak to that next week at the Super Bowl. You'll hear more of that. He would say really quickly, like, whoa, I did not end that. It was Jody Allen, the ownership, that did have to make a decision there of kind of what direction do we go? Do we blow the whole thing up? Do we get a new GM? Do we, get a new head coach? And it was the trust that Jody Allen placed in John and gave then John the opportunity, Rich, to oversee the whole deal. And we've played the clip a bunch on our show, Pete Carroll's final words, and he loves John.
Yes.
And his final words at his press conference when he left was, hey, buddy, now it's you. Now it's on Johnny. Like, go get him. Because now John was in charge of the whole coaching staff. And that was the biggest deal, Rich, in the end. It wasn't about Pete lost his feel for coaching. It was, the coaching tree, it died up and dried up. And some of the loyal coaches and loyalty he showed to some of them, it ran its course. And so for John to come in and, man, Russell Wilson was the first big swing back in 12, and it helped propel them with everybody else. This was a huge swing to wait for Mike McDonald, to wait through the AFC Championship game, to land him, and those two, man, simpatico. It's why their offseason was so good. And the only reason it's ever good in the offseason, through the draft, through the free agency, through the trade, is those guys are totally and completely aligned. McDonald is blunt. He's to the point. He's really clear in his conviction of what he wants with the groceries. And then John is incredible through his relationships across college campuses with other GMs to get what needs to get done for those groceries to be delivered. And, man, did they cook this year.
Man, the groceries too, right, Brock? I mean, it's hard to pick one. Eamon Worry, Woolen, Witherspoon, Charles Cross, JSN. I just named 5. There's more.
Yeah.
And then there's the groceries that you can add in free agency. DeMarcus Lawrence, my goodness gracious, going to get Leonard Williams a couple years ago by trade. What sticks out to you?
Oh, it's the 2 free agent acquisitions, because that's where they've been really good with trades. Marshawn and others through the years have been really good in drafting through the years. It's the free agent acquisitions. It's Aiden Dirty's background in Dallas, who was the D-line coach, who convinced Mike and John, like, no. DeMarcus Lawrence still has gas in the tank. I didn't think he did. I don't know if you did. None of us thought he could be this effective and play almost every game this year and be an absolute dog that makes that whole group better. And then it's Cooper Kupp, who may not run like he used to run, and he's not as explosive as he used to be, But my God, what he did for JSN and that room and those blockers and that leadership. So
like what? Like what? What do you got for me there?
Just ask JSN. Just say, hey, and Rich would be 25 minutes. But it's more than anything. Both those two veterans play like they're league minimum guys. They've got tens of millions in the bank, but they play as if they've earned nothing. They block their butts off for Cooper, and DeMarcus runs people down and sacked fumbles and sacks and effort plays that you don't see from veterans. And, it's Cooper Kupp he's different, man. He, in his years with McVay and Stafford, he's just different. Listening to him talk, watching him on a practice field, the level of detail, how much he sees the game, knows the game, plays the game like a quarterback, brings all of that. It's as if you have Sam Darnold in the receiver room, and that is uncommon in the NFL. And so he brings all of that to life for those guys. And that's not coincidence. The JSN became the best receiver in the league this year with Puka. Oh, and Puka became right there with him as the best receiver in the game because of his time with Cooper Kupp. So he's extraordinary as a teacher and developer.
No doubt. In the few minutes I have left with you, Brock Huard, let's give voice to the fans who listen to you and fans that you meet all the time. I had Adam Ray, the comedian, who I'm sure you know, Die Hard 12 on the program.
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago prior to the Niner game, and I'm like, what's the dream scenario? You beat the Niners, then you beat the Rams, then you go to the Super Bowl and you exorcise the Patriots' ghosts at their expense, and it's sitting right there, right? I mean, it is the fact that it's the Patriots, and you know what we're going to be seeing over the next week and a half. I'm already seeing it on my timeline. Does that mean something that it's the Patriots in this Super Bowl, Brock?
Yeah, I mean, you want to come back on the show and just talk about how great Belichick was and how that play, Malcom Butler. An amazing job.
I'll have whatever you want me to do, Brock. I appreciate your appearance here
Rich,
today. So.
Oh, you have been so sweet to Salk and I, jumping on this year a couple times, and you are not alone, by the way. A lot of folks picked the Seahawks to finish last in the division and to be a 4 or 5-win team. And oh my gosh, you get rid of Geno and DK and you pivot to Sam Darnold and rebuild. There was no rebuild, right? Unlike a lot of the teams, even the Patriots, who had 3 really struggling seasons and were able to draft Drake and add. Seahawks never did that. They never hit a bottom, right? They just kind of pivoted and everything. And I'll tell you, man, they'll be ready to go. This is Jordan Palmer said this. Was it with you? I might even been on your show. Jordan Palmer was talking about how Sam is not an externally motivated guy.
Yeah, that's what he said.
He
here.
is.
Yep.
Yeah. So we played that great sound that came from your show.
Thank you.
And talked about being internally motivated. And that Seahawks team and those teams were so fun to cover. They were so noisy, so loud, so externally motivated, ripping on Deion Sanders, pedestrian receivers, who's talking about us. They were all noise. This team is all business. They are internally motivated, all of them. Cooper, D-Law, Leonard, you would rattle off all the names.
Yeah,
Sam,
but your fans
right?
aren't. I'm talking about the fans. They want this. This is it, right? The Patriots are here to heck with Malcom Butler and all that nonsense. Sick and tired of hearing about Marshawn didn't get it, and that this could, obviously that will still always exist. But you get Super Bowl 60 in the house of the Niners at the expense of the Patriots. That's the sort of stuff, the grist.
This is it.
Right?
Yeah, with a coach that, didn't play obviously in that game. Vrabel was done by that point, but is a Belichick disciple, and Robert Kraft is the owner. And they got a cool image, Rich, in the Seahawks meeting room. It was for many years shown with Pete Carroll having the basketball hoop bolted up to the stage, and they do shooting competitions and all of that stuff. We were curious, would Mike McDonald keep that around? How would he build his own thing? He built this spear / totem up on stage there, and they put a helmet of every team that they behead over the season, and they keep stacking them and stacking them and stacking them. That's totally right. And they got one more helmet to behead and put on the top of that totem, and that would, I think, make a lot of Seahawks fans pretty happy.
That was part of the change of scenery that I was criticizing Mike McDonald of doing as soon as he arrived there, no doubt giving Brock and Salk a ton of stuff to talk about for that day and weeks and months after that, right? Right, Brock? Right?
No, Rich. We love you on our show.
That's all I'm looking for. Thank you for giving me that. I greatly appreciate that. Before I let you go, you were also a backup one year for Peyton Manning. Your favorite Peyton Manning story, please. You got one for me?
Oh gosh, just a brilliant guy. Just seriously, just a brilliant dude. I don't know. He tried to fight me one time. You know,
What?
Yeah.
What?
I think I only like could do one thing kind of competitively with him, and it was throwing the ball over a net into a bucket or something. And maybe I overzealous in my joy of getting one minor victory. And yeah, he may or may not have wanted to pound my face. So yeah, that's about it.
Wow. Okay.
That's about it.
Okay. Just you had to go through Saturday first, right? I mean, he had a lot of protection there. You know what I mean?
Sure did. Yeah. You know? I knew my place very clearly, and I told this joke the other day, and it's not a joke. My better story is that Tom Moore, the offense coordinator, who's just finally retired at 87, I don't think he knew I was left-handed. Rich, I'm pretty sure of that.
Because they don't practice. They don't practice F there, right, Brock? That's the story. Is that if Peyton, you were the F that they were practicing if he was up.
That's me.
We finally found it. Brock, thanks for the time, man. We'll have you on in short order. Obviously, Super Bowl 60. It's going to be all about Seattle. Hey, Seattle's going to get the attention. Here it comes. Here it comes.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Thanks for the time. Appreciate you hopping on. Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.